Good to have you around again. Welcome to Love Therapy. Love and therapy. Yes. This channel, we look at relationships. We look at love. Because these are very important. You know, have you been loved so much in the past that you shed tears? Somebody did something so sweet that you can't wrap your head around it. It's an experience. So some other times we'll have some bitter experience in love. Somebody has done something that didn't touch your hands alone, didn't touch your neck alone, but went straight to your heart. And suddenly we say, I had a heartbreak. Love and a relationship is a very serious thing. Together we keep doing this because we must really get things better. You must enjoy that kind of love you have anticipated, and people must love you the way you've expected it. This experience must improve. Yes, it must improve. So when we look at relationship, we see so many things that need to be corrected. And when they are corrected, you see, life looks so sweet and so beautiful. Have you showed up in an occasion before? You're just walking in, wondering anybody knows you here, and somebody just calls your name as in runs out of the place to give you this one hug and look at your clothes and say, you are beautiful, your clothes is so fine. You know, you feel on top of the world. You already you're a beautiful lady, you're a handsome guy. But you know, the affirmation from people, dear ones, that's the way it makes it is a kind of double confirmation. Like when you tell me you're a handsome guy, I know I'm a handsome guy already, but I feel on top of the world. You see, everybody, one word or the other, want to be loved. Everybody, one word or the other, want to show love to people. You see, so, but when things get twisted, we feel so bad. Especially when we talk about boundary issues. So when we are looking at it, we say how to feel safe in this powerful ocean of relationship. So we have seen that you need to know and define every relationship. But most importantly, today we are looking at the boundary issues. So we want to see signs of boundary issues. Things when you see them, you need to run for your life. You need to make things happen, because I tell you what, when you have a house without a fence, anything can come in, anything can go out. Can you hear me out? Before we can look at the sign. See, most of the times, it's not that we don't love people. We love people, but we have problem keeping the boundaries. We have problem doing what we're supposed to do. So sometimes it looks like we are loving in quote in excess, or sometimes look like we are loving below the standard. So sometimes it looks like the love is so high or so low, and so on and so forth. But let's look at these boundary issues one step at a time. Number one sign of these boundary issues in our different relationships is what we call an emotional roller coaster relationship. When your relationship is an emotional roller coaster, it tends to have lots of highs and lots of lows, often in a very rapid successions. This is a kind of relationship we describe as a relationship that is full of drama. Full of drama. A relationship that houses two baby emotional partners. The problem is that it's not that they don't love each other. They do love each other, but they have boundary issues. So their issue, their wahala, their cases, a lot of fight, a lot of peace, a lot of bliss. It happens like people who are oscillating. So I've seen many relationships that look like a roller coaster. When things were good, they were great. When things were bad, they were a disaster. And there was almost a predictable pattern, a kind of oscillation between the good times and bad times. 1 week of bliss, followed by 2 weeks of disaster, followed by 2 weeks of bliss again, followed by a horrible breakup, and then a dramatic reunion. This is serious. So I've seen several people that if you say they don't love each other, you're making a very huge mistake. They love each other, but they have what we call boundary issue. So they keep on oscillating. They keep on having bliss today. They have disasters tomorrow. When they fight like that. There's no tomorrow. When they are at peace, it looks like there's no other heaven. The heaven lives in their relationship. So this scenario usually represents two incapable, strong personal boundary issues. Two people who are incapable of strong personal boundary issues. And you keep on reflecting in how they relate with each other. So boundary issue is not something you need to joke with in a relationship. It's a very serious issue. Because sometimes this dramatic relationship could lead to so many things. Abuse could come into it. Today you abuse your partner. The same partner you abuse. The next day you are nursing what you created. You are nursing the wound that you caused. And this doesn't stop. It cuts across every aspect of relationship. We see it happens in dating. We see it happens in friendship, in association, partners in business. It happens everywhere. In the family, you will see the worst aspect of this sign. You cannot continue this way. My advice is this. It doesn't mean you don't love. You love. But you have a problem staying in your own limit of boundaries. You can imagine you having a house without fence. Neighbors, people can walk in and walk out. You can't control movements. So what is happening here is that the lesson you should learn is this. Yes, you love somebody so much. Allow them to express their feelings. Allow them to be responsible for what they do. Don't take paracetamol for somebody's own headache. You think it's love. No, sometimes you are suffocating your partner. You don't take decisions for your partner. You allow them to take their decisions. You just contribute, you just add. As much as they give you space. Learn to give people space in relationship. Also observe your own space. When you don't do these things, you get things mumbled up. You enter into this endless oscillation. Peace today, war tomorrow. You are not fighting because you don't love each other. But you are stepping beyond your boundaries. And each time you step beyond your boundary, what happens? Disaster. What happens? Pains. What happens? Regrets. I advise you today, stay within the boundaries of your relationship. Don't break your personal boundary. Receive capacity to stay within your limit. Love, care, but allow your partner to breathe. Thank you for listening to me. See you next week. We'll keep on with this crusade. Bye.